So I got some good news. No, I don't. It's all bad news. So, for everyone who voted, whether it's Democratic or Republican, I like when I'm right about stuff, I do like to gloat. And most of the time, when it comes to serious shit, whatever, I'm usually right. So I just watched this video on this guy, this older gentleman. I posted the video. It's on my Facebook page. And he's a economic scholar. He's taught economics in college and stuff like this. And as far as the election goes, and just like I told you all, and I keep trying to tell people, and they're not telling you this because they don't want you to know, it's over. It is fucking over. The United States as being the number one economic country, the most powerful country in the world, it's a wrap. You know, you can sit around, you don't want to believe it, but you can see in the history, every fucking great empire has to fall. China is now the most powerful, most profitable economic country in the world. And when you talk about the migrants and why the Democratic Party, they said they was allowing the migrants to come over here. They was housing them, giving them money. You know why? So again, if the dollar has lost its value, and the rich people in this fucking country want to continue to stay rich, they don't give a fuck about us working class people, poor people at all. They want to maintain their wealth. When we were the number one economic country in the world, they could do that because they was, people were using the dollar and oil and all the other stuff. But now that it's over, and the brick, and if you don't understand when I say the BRICS, go look up what the BRICS is. There are close to 100 different countries, over 100 different countries, who are siding with China and India in the BRICS. And they are going through them for infrastructure, for economic wealth and everything else. No one's using the dollar anymore. That fucking war over in Ukraine, it ain't just the Biden administration, it's America. They did that because they was trying to stop Russia for getting economic wealth. And they thought that the war would be over because Russia sells their oil to European countries. So when the United States started putting pressure on their European countries to stop buying oil from Russia, you know what Russia went and did? They went and hollered at China and India to buy their oil. So that economic collapse that the United States was banking on, it didn't happen. That fucking war in Ukraine is over with. Whether you know it or not, all that shit that you see on TV, and why the United States was throwing all that money over there, again, we're trying to fight it. We are trying to fight to stay the number one economic country in the world. That's why Donald Trump keep on talking this shit about the dollar has to continue to be the number one currency in the world, but it's over. The shit is a wrap. So that's why that happened. And then again, the whole thing over there in Gaza with Israel and this and that, that whole Gaza Strip and that land over there has oil on it. The United States and Israel has decided to be able to sustain whatever wealth that they have. So because they don't want to side, they don't want to join the BRICS and none of that shit. But they isolated themselves in the Middle East. This is what this is about. Any war that had ever been waged is always economics. It has everything to do with money. So, you know how Republicans are always, especially Trump, are always trying to, before I get to that, so we're talking about the immigrants. So if we are no longer the number one economic country in the world, the rich people, the 10%, the 1% that's in this country want to keep their wealth. They can't penny pinch us or pay us low wages because we know better. But they can pay them immigrants, them legal immigrants, any very low wages or no wages. What are they going to do? They can't go to the police. They can't go tell anybody because they're illegal and they end up getting either put in jail or sent back. You remember when Donald Trump was president? They was talking about sending all these illegal immigrants back over the border. Then come to find out there was illegal immigrants working on Donald Trump properties. Who you think works on most of those in construction with these construction companies? All them homes that what the fuck is dude named, the philanthropist, Bill Gates, all that property. Who you think building that property? They're not paying Americans for that because you can't lowball Americans. We know better. Them fucking immigrants that they house and give them, there's a reason to listen. You stupid mother. I'm telling you. See, we are everything that I don't know if the Democratic Party was really on anybody's side, or I think all this shit is for play because they rich too, and they want to stay rich and all that other stuff. So the inflation, shit's finna get even worse. And who's paying for it? We are. When Donald Trump and Republicans talking about getting rid of Social Security and taxing the shit out of us, but they don't want to be taxed. You know why that is? You know how Social Security, unemployment, and all that stuff came about? When Roosevelt was president. This is why he got elected 3 times in a row. When we was going through the recession, you know what he did? You know how we end up getting Social Security, unemployment? He taxed corporate America and the wealthy people. And that's how we got Social Security, unemployment. That's why the Republicans are always trying to get rid of it. Because they don't want to be taxed. They want to keep their wealth and keep their foot on our neck, whether you black, white, small, tall, fat, round, what nigga, a niggers, niggettes, people in general. We are all, they got us fighting amongst each other so they can continue to maintain their wealth. That's why they don't want people buying shit anymore. They got everything priced so then you can just rent so they can continue to stay rich. Donald Trump ain't finna build no wall. Donald Trump is not finna deport shit. He's told you stupid motherfuckers this shit so y'all can elect him president. He didn't deport, when he was in the first 4 office, did he deport any illegal immigrants? No. But because you all want to hold tight and hold fast and be a part of some shit and be running around here, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, talking about look at my party. Those people don't give a fuck about you, me, or anybody else. They care about themselves. We are fucking slaves whether you want to believe it or not. And when you're about to feel the brunt of all this nonsense, it's over. There's not 4 years, there's not going to be another election. I'm telling you this now. You don't blame Donald Trump, don't blame Republic. It's America, it's the 1%. It's a wrap. All those terrorists that Donald Trump placed on other countries, it doesn't affect those other countries. It affects the people who in America who brings the stuff over here from them other countries. And you know what they do if the shit go up for them? We're gonna pay more. And we sit back and we just let this shit happen and act like there's nothing we can do about it. Because we are fucking sheep. And we refuse to think for ourselves. So Roosevelt created Social Security, unemployment, etc., by taxing the wealth. And what's crazy about this is that citizens don't even realize the only reason the wealthy people are wealthy is because we patronize their business. Stop buying them fucking Tesla cars. Stop today. Elon Musk don't give a fuck about you. Stop going on Amazon, which is hard to do, buying everything from Amazon. Go back to the stores so they can open up the stores again. So then you have to have people working those jobs at the stores. Instead of they closing everything down, everything is going on the internet. What happens to the people that work in those stores? Whether it's grocery store, clothing stores, or whatever. So when they outsourced it and started in the 70s, when they started outsourcing all the stuff to go to China, that's what happened. Because it was cheaper for corporate America. That's why we started losing out. Do you realize that minimum wage here in America is $7 and whatever cent? There hasn't been a raise in minimum wage since 2016. With the price of everything, who in the hell is making a living off of $7.64, whatever it is, an hour? Kamala Harris, they don't talk about the real shit. Donald Trump actually be talking about the real shit, but he be talking so crazy and lying on top of it that you all just fall in line. There's a reason why there's never another third party. So all you Republican people thinking that you all are going to be living how you are not a part of the wealthiest people in this country. I don't give a fuck if you bringing in $200,000 a month between you and your wife. You are about to feel they're getting rid of the middle class. It's going to be them, then they're going to be the poor people. And dear Republicans, you are part of the poor people. And let me tell you something else to all you athletes. They're saying that attendance, the television ratings are down in sports. You see how much it costs to go to these games now? Dear athletes, what's going to happen is all this money and all the shit that y'all was doing, it's about to be a wrap for y'all too. And because they done made gambling, y'all so goddamn stupid. Because they done made gambling illegal, because it happens to me. And I had stopped watching sports, period. Like when that whole Kaepernick thing happened, I had literally stopped watching all sports. When I came back to watching sports in 2021, and I was just watching this and that, and then, like I'm from Chicago, I ain't never cheered for any Milwaukee anything. I just heard about Giannis, seeing what kind of person he was, and I just started like, okay, he's a good dude. So I started watching him and whatever, and then the Bucks won that championship. I didn't even know Giannis had won 2 fucking MVPs in a row. I didn't know none of this shit. So what's going to happen is that the fans realizing that gambling is legal, and what we're watching today in sports is not the same sports that we used to watching. So when the fans turn away from the sports, guess what, athletes? And we're turning away from the sports. Guess what? You're going to be right here with us. So again, all this separation with the LBGT community, it's purposely being done. They're not telling you what's really going on. It's over for America being the #1 economic country in the world, the most powerful. It's a wrap. And they're not going to tell you that. So all the Donald Trump ain't finna send nobody nowhere. The immigrants that are here, they are here to fucking stay. If the Democratic Party would have just came out and told the truth about what the fuck is going on, maybe they would have won the election. I don't even know if the election was fair election. I don't even know if with Elon Musk with all his electronics, maybe the election was rigged. Who even knows? But regardless of what it is, it ain't gonna be no more elections. So y'all can stop telling the Democratic Party, oh, we got another vote. It's over. And if you think everybody was thinking I was a conspiracy theorist and what I was saying, continue to pay attention to everything that I'm telling you, because it's about to come true. And if you don't want to hear it from an African American man, if you don't want to hear it from a peanut butter colored human being, and you think I don't know what I'm talking about, go to my YouTube page. There's an older white gentleman with all these PhDs talking about it, because you believe him before you believe anybody else. And just watch that video. And then just share the video. And while you're watching the video and he's talking, just think about everything that he's saying and how things have transpired. Republicans, you ain't won shit. Democrats, y'all ain't lost shit. We all in the same boat. And them people, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, don't give a fuck about you or me.